Press like button. Subscribe the channel. And hit the bell to get notified. Sword Sheath's child. Here is a kid who loves fishing, living and wandering in the wilderness with his dwarf grandfather. One day, his grandfather tells Beer to wait for him at the northern part of the forest and disappears. Beer waits for many years, living in forest while befriending a family of bears and staying away from humans, just as his grandfather had warned him to do. By chance, he meets and saves Tanyu's life and later becomes friends with him. Upon hearing his friend going on a dangerous mission, Beer leaves the forest for the world outside to save Tanyu. The Undefeatable Swordsman. The village inn owner's son, Songwoo-mun, is weak as a young boy, whose condition only worsens when he suffers a loss of his intellect due to the Sansu Wa, a painting gifted by a sage. But unbeknownst to everyone, his life is about to change and a new destiny awaits him when he turns 20. Not only does he undergo an awakening, but he also sees the undefeatable flower blooming in the painting. The Sword of Glory. This is an era that belongs to the warriors. They are the law, powerful and honorable. They decide life and death. Blood drawn by the swords are the melody of this era. In the midst of all this, a lone boy, after the death of his grandfather, sets on journey to find his father who fights in the battlefield. Wind Sword. The world is riddled with beasts and demons, however little do people know that a magical barrier is currently sealing away high-level demons. There are those who wish to break the barrier and bring about the end of the world, and those who wish to protect it and its inhabitants. The great battle with heroes, villains, demons and magic is about to begin, and will determine the fate of the world. Soaring Sword Odyssey. In this world exists demon spirits, river deities, and cultivators who seek for eternal youth. Through their mystic eye, cultivators can sense these supernatural beings. They cultivate their flying swords to slay enemies from thousands of miles away. With abilities attained through refinement, the second young master of the Qin Manor, Qin Yun, is one of those cultivators. Spirit Sword Sovereign. Once the spirit sword roars, within heaven, earth and the three worlds, I shall reign as the sovereign. Those who do not submit shall die. Rooftop Swordmaster. The boy who is bullied and forsaken is chosen by a sword that falls from the sky. Heaven-defying sword. To defeat his uncle who destroyed his family, the teenager Xuantian embarked on a martial arts training journey to hone his sword techniques. From a teenager who knew nothing to a sword god of his generation. Those he once saw as strong are now mere specks of dust to him. Legend of the Northern Blade. Lu Wan has never learned martial arts, but he finds the techniques secretly left behind by his father and begins to acquire the martial arts of the Northern Heavenly Sect. SHINSU JEIL Sword. Yu Sung, a young worker at a restaurant, dreams of winning the heart of So Yin, the youngest daughter of a renowned family. He decides to become SHINSU JEIL Blade, a term coined after a convicted swordsman who placed beauty above everything. By a chance of luck, Yu Sung gains a handbook written by a legendary master and receives an unknown power.